that's the scary part about it is I think these people that commit these kinds of acts have some form of mental illness. You see it in New York,
like it just feels like the subway is just got a lot of mentally unwell people on there, and they're begging because their system doesn't look after them. So that's what happens when you just can't get it together because something that is out of your control. So and then violence happens and like.
Well, most of the homeless people in Australia are mentally ill. Like that's the statistic is that they end up on the street kind of thing. Because it's just like, what institution is in place? Like, what is the government doing for mental illness? Because it's still something that's so vague. I mean, we talk about anxiety and depression at a certain level, but then like
I had it for real last year, and it was like such a weird thing to have to go to the doctor and be like, I'm really upset all of the time. And like it's so personal, but I'm having to tell you it's an illness. Like I'm having to treat it like I've got a cold, but this is fucked. And like, do you believe me? And am I making it up? And
it's mental health is a really funny one because it's sort of like I think you feel weird being like, I'm unwell, but you can't see it. There's no physical.
And you're so ashamed that you're unwell because you can
because you're like, I'm physically capable. I'm very physically capable of living my life, but I just can't like break past this barrier. And it's so like hard. I swear, like I've never felt a more frustrating thing than feeling
and
like
you wonder if it's ever going to go away, and you're like, maybe it won't. Maybe this is who I am.
Sometimes like I've had a really like this year, like the last few months, I've been like struggling with it so much, and it's like I know like I have depression and anxiety, like I know it's within me. I've been suicidal, like I've been so ready to like end it. I've just like because I can't break past it. And then it's like just like I don't know, it's weird.
Like you know what helps me? Like you are going to struggle for the rest of your life.
Exactly. It's like it's literally
just
like it's
being
funny
afraid.
It's
once
like,
you get the fear out, it helps. It's like I'm hit with it this morning. I was able to do anything.
The second that I just like was like it's not like you move past the shame. If you just stop being ashamed of the fact that it's like you're
because the shame is it.
It's a disease or whatever. Like it's like. The second that you just come to terms with it, it's like okay, like that's just within me. Like
you have to take it easy.
we've just got to like deal with it. It's like having diabetes, you know. It's like you just got to take care of it.
It needs to be acceptable to phone in sick and be like, I'm really sad. Like
I need a day off. Like because it's really like it's a really scary place to be.
I had to quit my job in New York.
Really,
I wasn't leaving the house, and like I just couldn't be there, and I just wanted to like. I kept on just imagining slipping through the floor and just being like, I just want to disappear. Yeah. So I get that like come home.
Wow. Because you were not enjoying the job itself.
I think I developed a thyroid disease, and then that triggers like depression, and then I think I got the thyroid disease because I was so stressed out being there. It's such a stressful city, and then I just had to come home and just take it really easy and just strip it all back, and then like coming here I'm like, is it gonna happen to me again? Is it gonna happen to me again?
Nah, because that's better.
Exactly.
But it's a funny one. Hey, I feel like because I'm like okay, like I'm aware that this is something that I experience often. It's funny like going through the motions because I feel like this year's been particularly funny. Like I'll have real like roller coaster weeks where I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing? And like why am I doing it? Like why am I painting stuff? Like why do I want to do this? Like and then also
that's
like
so normal though.
Like paint, but like painting the way I paint is just like a constant like conversation about mental health anyway. And then sometimes I really like can't look at my work because I'm like, I feel that way today. And then other times I'll be like, I needed to paint that today because now it's not in me, it's on that painting.
But that's so
it's
good
like,
that you have that as an outlet.
It's literally like my lifesaver. It's like, I was so ready to end my life and then I figured out how to paint.
That
and
also
it's like,
feeds into your creative, like I feel like
absolutely.
It's a gift.
It's such a gift.
That's part of the gift is having that darkness. So that it informs the beautiful work.
But it's funny that you know that the comedian that I was telling you about, her comedy act. So
is it Judith Lucy?
No, I can't. It's the act.
I'm like trying to think of lesbian Australian comedian like Judith Lucy.
The act is called Nanette. Like the show is called Nanette, but that's not her name. Maybe I don't know. Anyway, she was like her whole thing is like she studied art history which is like not overly useful, but then it's like in her, some guy like came up to her after her act because she like touches on mental health and he's like, but you know, like artists need to suffer, and it's like,
yeah, I used to think
if you and then, and he was like if Van Gogh didn't suffer, we wouldn't have the sunflowers.
I had that argument
this.
once.
Van Gogh saw multiple doctors because he was so like he sold like no paintings in his lifetime because he was so fucking mentally ill he couldn't talk to anyone.
Didn't he cut his ear off?
He cut his fucking ear off. Tell me how that's fucked.
Yeah,
There are portraits of his doctors holding like flowers or like some sort of like plant that was used as a antidepressant or like something to help with mental health that makes you see things very yellow, which is why the sunflowers painting exists. So it's like, don't fucking say that like artists need to suffer because it's like that's proof that Van Gogh was trying to not fucking suffer. If he didn't seek help for his suffering, we wouldn't have that fucking painting. Like fuck you. Like stop acting like artists or anyone creative has to dwell upon all their pain to create something.
Well, it's like you have to
do with the pain
it's
then?
not like
What do you do with the pain?
like the it's like. Well, I mean, like I'm not
I think like it's not a prerequisite for being an artist.
Yeah, it's like it can.
Yeah.
I think you build.
Maybe we're saying
creative
don't
things
if you don't go out and try and find the pain.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you don't have to be constantly like in pain,
In agony and upset.
It's like
depressed,
like you can
Don't
be
glorify
emotional.
it.
Yeah, don't glorify it.
Yeah, because I remember
Exactly.
being a kid in high school and I loved English literature and I loved creative writing, but I was like, I can't, because my teacher would always say write from experience because the best stories are real stories, and then but I was like, but I've never suffered, I've never had like touch
think
wood,
that's the thing
I had
like-
a really comfortable upbringing, and then I started thinking to myself like, you know, I'll never be able to be a good artist until I suffer. And I remember having an argument with her and I was like, you can't know love without heartbreak, and she was like, I don't agree with you. She was like, I really don't agree with you. She's like, it's not, you don't have to experience deep, dark pain to be an artist or to create.
I think
But-
it's like
Yeah.
everyone's experiences are so different, you know.
But by that same token, though, art can be an amazing outlet if you do have all that dark place. But
I think it's like for me,
shouldn't be
it's sort of
glorified.
like for me, I definitely needed it to move past a certain point in my life, and it helped so much for that. But now it's so much more of like, the paint, like what I paint is so beautiful because it's just honest. Like there's honesty, and it's not about the pain, and it's definitely not about like glorifying anyone's personal pain. It's just about like it's creating the space to actually just be raw and honest with yourself, and for that to be perfectly okay.
Yeah.
Rather than being like, oh, suffer pain.
I think it's also like
just
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 speaking
be
to
real,
Just be real, man.
Because there's pain in being real.
Yeah.
That's where the most pain is.